1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
The SEC will never be in a situation like the ACC where it's win or go home, right? If you make it to the SEC championship, you are going to go to the playoffs, correct?
Yes, and that's why I extended that to not just win the SEC, but just making it to Atlanta. Because here going forward, both teams that make it to Atlanta will be in the college football playoff. I feel very comfortable in saying that.
Right.
Yeah, and again, we're talking about 3, 4, 5 SEC teams probably getting in on an average basis. Because that was the thing last year. Like, again, Georgia won the SEC championship last year, which, as an alum, that was cool. But I was like, what is the worth of this compared to in years past? Because in years past, it would have meant, hey, Georgia's in the playoff, Texas is not. Now it's like, well, they both still get in. Yeah, Georgia got a bye, which turned out to hurt the teams that got byes more than the teams that continue playing there. But I do wonder what the worth of that is now, because we're, again, in years past, you hear a guy like Josh Pate say that, and it elicits anger. Like, how dare he think that you're not good enough to win the SEC? Well, even if you're not good enough, you can still go out there and accomplish everything else, like winning the national championship, just skipping Atlanta.
Everything has changed as far as pace is concerned.
Yeah, no, everything's faster. The technology, nutrition, and all this kind of stuff allows athletes to play at a higher level. Unfortunately, as we talked about, the body, the ligaments, those kind of things haven't caught up and may never catch up. So, yes.
Because the human body is the human body.
The human body is the human body. And, again, kind of relating this back to baseball where, again, pitchers are throwing at insane velocities right now. But guess what? You're still having to get Tommy John surgery because your arm and the ligaments in your body are not able to keep up with the demands that this high level of velocity is asking for. Same thing with basketball. I talked about much faster game. Teams are pressing a lot more. It's not the half court game that it was back in the day, where it was a little bit more slower paced, and you weren't exerting as much. He mentioned there about 200 miles difference between back in the 80s and 90s and now when it comes to running up and down the court. And guess what? When you do that year after year after year, it's going to wear on you even more. And again, for a guy like Tyrese Halliburton, who again is still really, really young, it ended up catching up to him, and we'll see what happens when he recovers from the injury and if he can be the same kind of player going forward.